Mechanism of urine formation. So what are the headings regarding in this video? Introduction, glomerular filtration, factor responsible for glomerular filtration, regulation of glomerular filtration, tubular reabsorption, mechanism of reabsorption, tubular secretion. So introduction, glomerular filtrate. What is glomerular filtrate? The filtration or the filtrate which is formed from the glomerulus is known as glomerular filtrate, which is normally about 1 liter per day. But normally the glomerular filtrate which is formed is 180 liter per day. But these glomerular filters undergo different changes and released by urine. And urine is normally output is 1.5 liter per day. So why this is so much difference is occur? This is due to the process of urine formation. There is so much changes will occur which makes this drastic changes. So what are the process of urine formation? When blood passes through the glomerular capillaries, that is our efferent arteriole and efferent arteriole, then the plasma is filtered and enter into the Weymann's capsule. This filtrate is known as glomerular filtrate, which then enter into the nephron. Then in the nephron there is change of quality and quantity occur in the tubular fluid by the process of tubular reabsorption and secretion. So now it is covering of then glomerular filtration. What is glomerular filtration? So glomerular filtration is nothing but this glomerular filtration. So glomerular filtration is that the blood which is filtered while passing through the glomerular capillaries while the filtration membrane is known as glomerular filtration. So what are the filtration membrane? From outer to inner of the chosta glomerular apparatus is our glomerular membrane, basement membrane, visceral membrane. Glomerular membrane is contain fenestra which are pore-like structure through which filtrate is passed. Then after glomerular membrane there is basement membrane which fuse to the glomerular membrane through basement membrane which is in between the glomerular membrane and the visceral membrane. Then the net filtration is what? The mathematical is that the filtration coefficient plus net pressure. So what is net pressure? So before that the pressure which is responsible for glomerular filtrate is known as net pressure. Then the glomerular capillary pressure is the highest pressure which is about 60 mmHg. Then colloidal osmotic pressure which is about by the plasma protein which is about 15 mmHg. Then hydrostatic pressure which is done by the filtered of the Weymann's capsule which is opposite force. These are opposite and this is the this causes GFR, promoting GFR, and where in these two pressure about 15 mmHg. Then net pressure is 60 minus 15 plus 50, that is 20 mmHg. Here the filtration coefficient which we can known as GFR by net pressure. So GFR is about 125 ml divided by 60 mmHg which is about 6.25 ml per Hg. What are the factors responsible for GFR? So we discussed that renal blood flow is directly proportional to GFR. Renal blood RBF is proportional to GFR. It is the regulation factor which is tubuloglomerular filtrate, because tubulo means nephron and glomerulus. How it regulates? When NaCl is decreased in the tubule, there will be dilatation of afferent arteriole occurs by the two hormone, that is renin and prostaglandin. Whereas NaCl if increase in the tubular part of the nephron, then there will be constriction of afferent arteriole occur. Then glomerular capillary pressure is directly proportional to GFR. Colloidal and hydrostatic is inversely proportional to GFR. Constriction of afferent arteriole causes GFR increases. Sympathetic stimulation also causes initial increase in GFR, but later it decreases GFR because constriction. When constriction sympathetic activation occurs, then the GFR release noradrenaline, which is responsible for this. Then surface area is directly proportional to GFR, because more surface area glomerular apparatus is more glomerular filtration rate occur. The chemical which induces GFR is our CMP, which is a secondary messenger dopamine, whereas the chemical negative feedback that is prostaglandin, endothelin and noradrenaline. Then second process is tubular reabsorption. Tubular reabsorption occur by two processes, that is active reabsorption, passive reabsorption. So active reabsorption is uphill, means here the energy is required. Passive is downhill, energy does not required here. What are the example? That is sodium, calcium, potassium, glucose and ammonia. These are reabsorbed by the active transport, active reabsorption, whereas water, urea and chlorine are by the passive reabsorption. Then route of reabsorption. So transcellular route, paracellular route. Transcellular route and paracellular route is different by only one part, that is in transcellular route the filtrate is reabsorbed by passing through the cell, but in the paracellular there is a filtrate reabsorbed in between two cells, that is between the tight junction. So then it entered through to the fluid, then it entered through to the peritubular capillaries. So what are the site of reabsorption? In the proximal convoluted tube, the sodium is reabsorbed by the mechanism of ATP dependent. Glucose, amino acid and vitamin also reabsorbed in the site of a proximal convoluted tube, but by the process of active transport with co-transported by sodium ion. That is, if this is the cell in the PCT, there will be, if sodium is enter, then glucose, ammonia and vitamin will be released or reabsorbed. Potassium, magnesium and calcium are reabsorption by the process of passive and paracellular, which we discuss. Chlorine and hydrocarbonate, which is also passive paracellular with co-transport mechanism. Water, which is important, that is it is reabsorbed by the process of obligatory reabsorption with sodium. By means, if sodium is entered, then water will released in this process. So it is called obligatory. Obligatory means it depends upon the first sodium enter, then water released. Then in the loop of Henle, sodium is reabsorbed by the active transport, chlorine is reabsorbed by the co-transport, potassium is reabsorbed by the paracellular, calcium by passive transport, chlorine by co-transport with sodium diffusion. Then in the distal convoluted tubule, water is reabsorbed and by the process of a facultative reabsorption. So obligatory, facultative, these are type of a facilitated reabsorption. Then sodium is reabsorbed in the DCT by the process of a active transport. Here the substance which is required, that is aldosterone sodium reabsorption. The process is aldosterone sodium pump reabsorption. Means here the thing is like that. Sodium when enter, aldosterone will enter when sodium is released. So in the collecting tubule there is water, urea and reabsorbed, that is water is reabsorbed in the process of antidiuretic hormone mediated facultative reabsorption. In urea is reabsorbed by the facilitated diffusion, whereas potassium, hydrocarbonate, sodium and hydrogen ion are transported by active, passive and co-transport. Means active by sodium, passive is our hydrocarbonate and chloride ion, whereas co-transport mechanism observed by the reabsorption process of the substance which are sodium, potassium and hydrocarbonate. So how the tubular reabsorption process is occur? Its regulation means glomerular tubular balance and which makes the regulate the tubular reabsorption by means of in the glomerular tubular balance. If water when increases water reabsorption, there will be GFR is increases, so that plasma protein increases and which makes the osmotic pressure increases. So in the hormonal factor, for the regulation of tubular reabsorption, that is aldosterone, which increases the water reabsorption at the distal convoluted tubule and collecting tubule, whereas angiotensin 2, which increases the sodium reabsorption at distal convoluted tubule, collecting tubule and proximal convoluted tubule, whereas parathyroid hormone, which increases calcium reabsorption in the nephron or tubule. The nervous factor which is responsible mainly sympathetic nervous system, which increases the tubular reabsorption by means of a GFR increases. Then tubular secretion, it is the process where secretion of some excretory substance from the transported from blood to tubule, such as potassium is transported from blood to tubule by means of a sodium potassium pump, and the part of the tubule to which it is transported, that is collecting tubule and distal collecting tubule. Ammonia is transported into PCT and urea is transported into urea.